Alright, in this video I'm going to be going over UFC Fight Night, Petr Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo. It was in China, and it was one of the best cards I've ever watched in my entire life. I stayed up 24 hours to watch this fight card. It was an all-nighter for me. The longest I've ever stayed up, and it was very worth it. If this was any other fight card, I would have been dead asleep midway through, but this shit was exciting the entire way through. The prelims were amazing. There was so many finishes. It was the best card ever. The main card, still a lot of finishes. The main event delivered. The co-main was decently exciting. Everything was pretty fucking exciting. There was every knockout you can think of. There was that. Someone got um like taken out on a stretcher and almost died from getting knocked out on the prelims. Someone got spinning wheel kicked, but we'll get to it. I'm going to be going over the main card. Even though the prelims were so amazing, I'm just going to be going over the main card. So, we'll start out with Zhang Mingyang versus Ozzy Diaz. So, started out, Zhang Mingyang, he looked fucking gigantic for some reason. His legs look huge. He has very big legs and very just big, broad guy for the division in general. And Ozzy Diaz just kind of looked, he just didn't look athletic, in my opinion, to what the standard I would think is for a UFC fighter. But Zhang Mingyang looked freaking beefy. His legs were huge, and he was hitting him with low kicks and piecing him up on the feet. And then eventually, Zhang Mingyang hit him with an elbow, like a step in lead hand elbow, and fucking killed Ozzy Diaz for a sick finish to start the main card off. Awesome finish. I picked Zhang Mingyang by first round knockout, so got that one right. Sick finish. Fucking awesome way to start the card. And yeah, he looks dangerous as hell. And all of these Chinese guys calling out people in the mic, they are not afraid. They don't know the language, they don't know English super well, but they are not afraid to put fucking passion into those call outs, even though they don't know shit what they're saying. It's awesome. And their accents, it's amazing. Such an entertaining card all the way through from every single aspect. It was, this card was awesome. So yeah, very, very happy about this. Next, Volkan Ozdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. I went Carlos by first round knockout, but I was very nervous about Volkan Ozdemir because he's very good. And this fight was very close. It was a decision. Carlos Ulberg got the win. I gave Volkan Ozdemir the first round. Carlos Ulberg was just kind of getting started and couldn't really connect as well as he wanted to, and Volkan was putting on a good pressure. It was on the feet the entire time. Big shots that were getting thrown, keeping me on the edge of my seat the whole time because both these guys have really heavy hands and were throwing hard. Very scary fight to watch. I did think there was going to be a finish. Didn't end up being one. That's okay with me. Still very scary the whole time. Carlos did a good job at backing up when he needed to, keeping his range good, and then cracking in with counters. I do think he won the second and third round just doing that himself. But I think he won the fight. But Volkan definitely made it very close and was putting a good pressure on Carlos, keeping him guessing on how to like keep his footwork moving. Carlos was cornered a couple times trying to figure out what to do. Carlos, I feel like needs to. It's hard for me to say this because I'm not a fighter, but if he got his spacing right for his left hook, this fight would have been over quick. His left hook was fucking. He was throwing that shit, and it was so close every time. He just needs to calibrate it a little bit more direct, and he'll fucking land that shit all day. But yeah, Carlos Ulberg gets it done by decision. Very sick striking battle between two fucking great people. Carlos Ulberg. It's so hard to say Ulberg in this mask. Carlos gets it done by decision. Pretty impressive against Volkan, who's very good and just all around very good, very dangerous guy. So I can't wait to see what Carlos does in the future. Yeah. Next, Wang Kong versus Gabriel Fernandez. So I went with Wang Kong because obviously all the hype was around her. She was gonna win. She was winning, but Gabriel Fernandez pulled off the upset in a crazy fashion, which is actually sick to watch. Bad for my pick, but honestly sweet. Wang Kong started the fight. First, first round completely dominated it with the striking. Gabriel couldn't get anything off. Wang Kong was hitting mean body shots and leg kicks the whole time, going upstairs when she wanted to, but the body shots were really the stars. Was really the star like punches of her arsenal in the first round, just winging shots to the body and backing her up and keeping perfect distance management. It was sick to watch. She has a lot of fun skill to watch. And it just, that's why this fight fucking sucks, because there's actual like care. I have actual like desire to kind of watch what Wang Kong does in her future. With Gabriel Fernandez, I just don't care. Even though she did get the finish and it was super sick, I just don't care. So it's just like, ugh, god damn. But second round, Wang Kong, Gabriel is throwing this head kick every once in a while, like every 30, 45 seconds. She'll throw a head kick up, and I'm like, oh. And Wang Kong was doing a great job of evading it. But then Wang Kong blitzes in, and Gabriel throws the head kick at the exact same time. Catches Wang Kong, rocks her bad, and then Gabriella fucking blasts her with her right hand, puts her down, jumps on her back, and chokes her out in the second round. 3:49 into the second round. Very insane finish. Apparently her family members are like dying and she lost and stuff. So good thing she did win this fight, because she would have been at a very, very, very low point in her life. So it's good for her that she won. I'm sure Wang Kong will come back. She looks sick, but she just needs to don't let her guard down as much, I guess, would be what I would think, because Gabriella just found that one shot, landed perfect. So good for Gabriela Fernandez. She gets this one done by submission. A good finish. As long as it's a finish, I'm down to fucking watch it and down to care. So yeah, good shit. Next, Song Kanan versus Muslim Salikov. So I went with Song Kanan. I really thought he was going to be able to finally implement his game plan and finally do something with his skill set, because he's done it against good people, but I underestimated Muslim Salikov's fucking amazingly deadly striking. It was pretty even on the feet. Song Kanan went for a takedown that couldn't get it. He couldn't grapple Muslim Salikov, and Salikov started kind of taking it in the striking. He kind of started taking over, and then Muslim Salikov out of nowhere throws a spinning wheel kick and knocks out Song Kanan with his fucking spinning wheel kick knockout in the sickest way possible. One of the sickest knockouts you'll ever see. Definitely knockout of the year candidate. Muslim Salikov's hit this before too. He's hit spinning wheel kicks like this before, and he hits Song Kanan and fucking decks him. It was so sick to watch. And Muslim Salikov is definitely he's definitely my favorite Dagestani, I'll tell you that. But between him and Shara, I don't even know if Shara is Dagestani. I know he's Russian. I don't know if he actually hails from Dagestan, but Muslim definitely does, and that was an amazing finish to watch. Had me jumping up and down at 6 a.m. in the morning without any sleep. So it was incredible. Spinning wheel kick knockout, 3:49 in the first round. Unbelievable finish. I can't wait to see what Muslim Salikov does next. He is getting old though. He's fucking 40. Kind of shows you what these, like, I don't get John Jones' narrative with that thing like that. I'm 37 and I don't want to be fighting up and comers or whatever, because people like Glover and Muslim Salikov and even Pereira just don't give a fuck. So yeah, very sick finish by Muslim Salikov. Next, co-main event, Yan Jianan versus Tabitha Ricci. So, dominant striking from Yan Jianan the whole time. That's pretty much how this fight went. Tabitha Ricci couldn't get her grappling off at all. Yan Jianan beat the fucking shit out of her on the feet all 3 rounds. Tabitha was throwing weird and like closing her eyes. And Yan just had crisp striking, and she knew what she was doing and knew how to like keep her eyes open and effectively strike her opponent, which Tabitha didn't really know how to do. And Tabitha couldn't wrestle with Yan. She's not Zhang Weili. She could not wrestle Yan down. So yeah, Yan, all 3 rounds, beats the shit out of her on the feet. I thought that was a clear 30-27 for Yan Jianan. 89 total strikes to 17. 78 significant strikes to 15. Tabitha Ricci got 1 takedown, but I'm pretty sure Yan Jianan got straight up. So yeah, dominant victory by Yan Jianan. Next, I picked her, by the way. Next, main event. I picked Figgy. I thought he was going to be able to outpower him and um, kind of make it boring and hold him against the fence. But no, I was wrong. Petr Yan is a fucking monster. I thought he was going to slow down a little bit in his career. Did not. Petr Yan is a goddamn machine, and he's one of the most exciting fighters of all time. His striking is beyond good. Oh, Petr Yan won 50-45 on all judges' scorecards. Decision. Won all 5 rounds. I thought that was correct. Figgy had his moments. He rocked Yan a couple points in the fight, I would say. I think he dropped Yan once. I want to say. Maybe not. No, he didn't. But he rocked him. It was 190 total strikes to 53, 121 significant strikes to 53. Yan clearly won this fight. Outstruck the fuck out of Deiveson Figueiredo, who just wouldn't throw like he just wouldn't throw. I think Deiveson gets tired really easily, and he was worried about that because Peter was just fucking him up. He had a really clean uppercut where they would kind of come into a clinch and hold each other's hands, and Deiveson would like to kind of drop his head a little bit to like go like clinch a little bit in a weird like dropped head way, and Peter kept hitting him with that uppercut, popping his head up and then throwing combinations off of it, and it was fucking perfect and beautiful. And he kept throwing a jump knee every once in a while, just spinning back fists. He hit Deiveson Figueiredo with that one trip that he hit Sean O'Malley with, where he steps behind your leg and fucking chucks him. Like what Jones did to Stipe, but like 10 times faster and 10 times more clean. Slamming Davison's head into the mat. I swear, pretty much fucking piked him onto the top of his head. I thought it was going to... Shit, if that knocked him out, I wouldn't have been surprised. That was a mean slam. Petr Yan just took this fight over with his striking. It's perfect. So sick to watch. I was going Davey because I love Deiveson Figueiredo, so it was hard to watch at the same time, but God, Peter is a machine. I'm such a big fan of him. I've always been, but that was just a fucking destruction by Petr Yan. And yeah, he definitely earned whatever matchup. I think he should fight Umar Nurmagomedov, to be honest. I think he might win that fight pretty clearly. The only worry is the wrestling. I don't think him and Sean O'Malley should rematch. I think Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen should fight, and then I think Peter and Umar Nurmagomedov should fight. I think that's the matchups to make for Peter. I might make a video about that. I doubt it though. But yeah, amazing fight. Deiveson had his moments. Peter just is so much fucking better at striking than everybody. He's so fucking good. He's the best striker in the bantamweight division. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I do think Sean O'Malley's better, but he's definitely fucking one of them. He's a monster. He is very creative with the way he fucking strikes. And he'll go for the trip to just knock you off balance for a second, then hit you with 3 punches. And then right when you want to like retaliate, he'll hit the trip again and get you off balance. Like, he's nuts with his creativity. It's so fucking awesome to watch. So yeah, amazing card. Pretty much best card I've ever watched. Almost every fight was a finish. I'm pretty sure there was only like... there were some decisions, but there were so many finishes. And every decision even, besides like 2, were like firefights, where they were like pointing at the ground the whole time and fucking throwing, and people are getting rocked all over the place. It was just an amazing card to watch. But yeah, finally an amazing card, and it happens to be in China at 6 a.m. where I'm at. So maybe we should just have fight cards in China from now on. Stop going to these places where they'll just hold people down. So fucking annoying. The one like kind of boring, like there's a couple boring fights, but the one that was like super boring was Niam Jargel versus Carlos Hernandez, and it wasn't because of fucking Niam Jargel. It's because of Carlos Hernandez. Let's keep all the Chinese fighters just fighting each other because they love to just throw. The Chinese and South Korean fighters love to just fucking bang, and it's awesome to watch. So yeah, that is the main card of this card. And I will see you guys soon. Amazing card. Very happy with the outcome. So yeah, I'll see you soon.